That's a cool little talk, dude. You should publish that.
Right? It's
Like,
good stuff,
you should
right?
actually I don't know. I know your website and stuff like that, but you should start publishing some of your manuscripts out there.
Yeah.
Not manuscripts, but
but thanks for saying that. You're right, though.
just because that means there's a lot of, one, it's positive. The whole article itself is, I'm calling it an article, but this whole podcast episode it's just based on positivity, because it'd be very hard for people to disagree and argue with every point that you made in that whole statement. I'm finding that out myself, how cool it is saying yes. And what happens is, for the longest time, I would say no to a lot of things because I always felt like it would go against my faith or what I was doing. And it turns out that's not true at all. And that's because I had to revisit my faith and revisit the Bible and trying to get through the Bible, which, if anybody's ever read the Bible, good luck. That is the most complex piece of literature ever. And it's always going to be like that, but just always trying to gain that understanding. But because of it, has allowed me to say yes. And because you say yes, so many opportunities have kind of just almost been thrown, and not even thrown at you. It's almost like, thank you for reading the book, Ralph. Thank you for reading the Bible. Here we go. And you're like, holy mackerel, what am I doing? And it's just happening. So I love that, man. I love how our relationship has started from a strictly professional, and then we got into a business and then a personal relationship. And I love how over time, I never realized how religious, or how you have a strong religion. I never realized how strong you are in the faith. It's actually kind of cool. I think
most
it's
people,
interesting.
Yeah. I always say, let your actions speak louder than your words.
Yeah.
People always believe what you do, not necessarily what you say, so yeah. But if you got talking to me, I would say every single thing in my life roots back to the life of Jesus.
Yeah.
And there's two of the most powerful words ever spoken in this world were the words I am. My mom had those words everywhere, because when Jesus was hanging on the cross and they asked him, what do you think now? Do you really think you're the Son of God? Look at you now, hanging there bleeding. And he looked at them and said, I am. He said yes. He didn't collapse. He didn't go, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Let me down. He said yes. And because he said yes, we should say yes.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about.
Right.
Yeah, because it brings into everything from yes, like the power of yes and just saying yes. There's so much involved. It's positive. You know what I mean? It's just everything in there is such an enveloped thing, because it just opens the door truly by saying no, you're shutting down everything. When someone asks you to do something, sure, it doesn't have to be what you want to do or something like that, but by saying no, I feel like it's almost like you're not closing one door, but another one opens. It's almost like, no, you close that door for a substantial period of time with somebody until there's an opportunity to reopen it. Like, it's almost like a block comes down.
Yep. Can I give you a perspective on yes?
Absolutely.
That's just life-changing. I look for people that I know will say yes. So therefore, if you're the type of person that says yes to life, opportunities will come to you. So, right? This is the way it works. People that want to make things happen in this world, and it's not that, oh, Randy, you want to make things happen, you're, all this. But what I'm saying is that opportunities find the people that say yes. The best example of this, I got two of them real quick. So back in the medical business, there was a time where we got an order for a suction machine. A suction machine basically sucks mucus out of someone's mouth, right? We've never done one before, but I had the ability to bill it out through Medicare and so on. I didn't even know what it was. So the nurse calls me and goes, hey, Randy, I got this patient. I need a suction machine delivered down in Allentown. Can you get it there? Sure, no problem. She knew I would say yes. So she gave me the referral. I Google, what's a suction machine, right? I then called my brother Britt, who Britt was in Allentown at the time, near the Medline plant. The Medline plant's down here. And I know Britt's someone that will say yes all the time. So I go, Chief, I got a patient. They need a suction machine. You can pick one up at the Medline factory and go and deliver it to their house. He goes, all right, I got it. What's a suction machine? I go, yo, I'm not kidding.
He goes, great, awesome.
Great, got it. Okay, I'm on my way. What's a suction machine?
That's crazy.
I go on your phone, get on YouTube, Google how to use a suction machine, learn how to use it before you get to the patient's house, and then show them how to use it.
Interesting.
It took 1,000 yeses to get that suction machine. And a suction machine, you can't hurt someone with it. It's not going to do anything bad, but it took a lot of yeses, saying yes to blindness. Like, you have no idea, but I'm going to say yes, and I'll figure it out along the way. A lot of the most successful people in this world, they commit to something, they make decisions, and then they make the decision right. They said yes, and then they own the yes. They're gonna make it right. Another one had to do with selling Star Medical. Back when we sold Star Medical, the original deal we had fell apart. I kind of killed it a little bit. Then we're thinking, Tiff and I are thinking, all right, who in our life says yes to life? Who's shooting for the moon? Who's dreaming big? And we looked at each other and go, oh my God, Warren. Warren was a sales rep within the company. Brilliant young man on fire for life. He wanted to be such a success. He came in a straight commission rep within the company. That means he's betting on himself. I wasn't betting on him at all. And just like that, Warren ended up buying Star Medical. But he started a straight commission guy and he said yes. And I remember coming to him going, Warren, man, we're looking to get out of this thing. We're looking to start a winery. Would you have an interest in buying Star Medical?
Wow.
Yes. Instant. Didn't even think for a sec. Yes, absolutely. Instant. He lives his life on the other side of yes. So the lesson here is that when you're the type of person that lives your life on the other side of yes, you will have opportunities just flowing to you because people are going to see it and they're going to go, oh, they could do it. It's like that saying, if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person. Don't give it to someone that's got nothing to do because they ain't doing nothing. People that are hustling and making it happen, they're the ones that will get it done. Living on the other side of yes truly becomes an opportunity magnet for that person.
It's so true. And those of you that are listening, so if we were having this conversation 3 years ago, before I started anything, like before I started Lucchese Media, before I started the podcast room, my first thought instantly jumps to, right, but what if I don't have the money? Those of you that are listening to this conversation, the money comes.
Money follows the dreams.
It's kind of, and I know it sounds crazy. Like you're just sitting here. It's like, how does that make sense? It just, when you say yes to stuff, it's great. It is. It's so insane because it might, at that moment in time, it's like, well, I could try this to get that. It's insane how your brain works to find a way to make something like that happen to get it. And it just naturally, people want to give money to people that say yes because they know they're going to get it done. And it's that easy. It's that simple. You're never going to know until you say yes and you take that leap.
Right.
It really, it truly is. The banks aren't going to give it to somebody to say no. Of course, they're going to say yes. It's just, what are you going to do with it there to add value to the world? It's that insane. So I remember if we were having, again, the same conversation 3 years ago, I would sit back and go, my first question to you would have been like, right, but money is the issue. It's like, right, money's always going to be the problem. It's always going to be the issue. So eliminate money from the equation entirely because we already know that is the problem. It'll come when it needs to come. If it's supposed to be, it will be, essentially, at the end of the day.
Yeah, money, we said before, money's attracted to value. So if you become more valuable, the money will just attract to you. And the moment you say yes to this life, you become more valuable. And money, we said earlier, people find a way or an excuse. Money's a really easy excuse. Well, I don't have the money to do it. But money gets used up, but dreams get fulfilled, and money always chases the dreams. Dreams don't chase the money. It's just, if I had an ironclad, like, example or scientific proof of what we're talking about, you could change the world. Because if you could, the closest one I've ever come up with or I've ever heard has to do with a fireplace. No one walks up to a fireplace going, give me heat and then I'll light you up. You don't walk, right? I mean,
it makes me so annoyed.
Right?
I know, because it's literally that simple.
It is that simple, right?
Yeah.
Give me money and then I'll work hard. No, you put the effort in and then the money follows you. The money comes after you. Show me the money, then I'll take a leap on my dreams. No, you take the leap, then the money's over there. You're capping your dream if you put it to a dollar sign. Right. But it is true though. Anyone that is nervous and fearful that, what if I fail? Well, I would say, if you do nothing, you've already failed. Yeah, that is the biggest failure. Right. Not doing anything. Right. Wow. And it is pursuing dreams. I would never say to someone that, let's say there's a guy out there listening to this right now, and he's got a family of 3 children and a wife, and he's responsible. He has accountability, responsibilities to his family. I am not saying to you to just walk in and quit your job today and go pursue your dreams. I would not do that. But what I would do is I would say, start doing one little thing every single day to begin to move your dream forward. One little thing. And those small incremental gains, what will happen is you always want 1 foot on solid ground, 1 foot on shaky ground. And the shaky ground is your dream. The solid ground is the job that you have that has a guaranteed paycheck you're going to every week. You're paying your time for money, right? That's the solid ground. That's paying your bills, taking care of your family. That's responsible. That's responsibility, right? But there is a way to go from the solid ground to the shaky ground and make the shaky ground solid. But it takes a little bit every single day to slowly build it into something. And what I always say is, when you can live off the money of this shaky ground, then pick your foot up off the solid ground.
Mm.
But don't ever sacrifice your family for your dreams.
Yeah.
I would not be doing that. You know, I wouldn't make Tiff and my babies pay the price for it's not a dream, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
Right.
the opposite.
Right.
It's
Right.
Sure, the intention is there, but it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Everybody has good intentions.
Right. I know this as a guy. If I know I'm on the right track, if Tiff's on my side, if she's fighting me, I know you're on the wrong track, Randy. You know, if she's like going, I don't believe in this. I'm not part of it. I hate that you're doing this. I mean, there was a ski race that I didn't go to this past year. I was completely packed up in the car, driving out of the driveway, but Tiff wasn't completely on board for me to go to this race. I turned around, drove back, and unpacked. I called her up and go, I'm not going. She goes, no, go, love. It's okay. It's okay. I go, no, you're not 100% on this, so I'm not going. And that's it. Women's intuition, powerful stuff, man.
It's scary, man.
It's really scary. I mean, Tiff, she's always right. Just that simple. Always right. I mean, I tell some stories in the book coming out, you know, exposing the roots. Holy cow. I could have saved 50 grand just by listening to Tiff.
Wow.
Yeah. Just the power. It's powerful. I'm sure you see it.
Oh, dude.
Diana, she knows it. She can see it. It's like this seventh sense, right? You know, like
it's weird. That's why it's so sickening. Cause like, I think they look at it because one, they're not the ones doing it. Them being like my significant other, like we're getting married. So I consider her my wife.
It's awesome.
Whatever. Like she can just see it, whether it's conversation, whether it's just what I'm doing. She's like, oh, he's clearly a happier person. Just doing what he's doing right now. So that that's how I've chalked up, because you know how I analyze everything. I overanalyze it to the point to where I can convince myself that something good is so bad because of how much I analyze it. And that's I'm a person, I'm a human being, I'm working on it, I promise you. But she can just see that, like, even there's things that she knows I should be doing that I just don't talk myself out of. And she's like, yeah, that's because it's supposed to be. And it's like, holy crap. So I go to her for certain things. Like, well, just quick question. What do you think about this? And then she lays it on me and I'm like, well, that's not the answer I wanted. So part of it's good, part of it's bad. Let me weigh out the options. It's just, it really is like that whole women's intuition. It's like
powerful.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. I have a whole chapter dedicated to that in the book.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Oh yeah. But
Thanks,
say
Ralph.
yes. Yeah, no, thank you, Randy.
Yeah, living life on the other side of yes. Life said yes to us. It's our job to say yes to life.
Awesome, man.
That's simple.
Thank you.